Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, you're welcome. My name is Anita, and if you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified each and every time I upload a new tutorial on my channel. If you're a member, you are welcome back. Thank you for coming back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you on how to cut and sew this bra top. If you want to know how, I'll be going about it. Keep on watching. First thing I did was to go ahead, fold my fabric right side facing each other, and the next thing I'm going to do is to take round my bust and divide it by 4. Mine is 34. 34 divided by 4 is going to give me 8.5. Then I'll go ahead and minus ½ inch from there because I'm somebody with a smaller bust. So if you're somebody that you have the fuller bust, go ahead to just use 1/4 of your measurement. After minus that ½ inch, I'll be left with 8 inch. I'll go ahead to mark up that 8 inch like this. I'll be creating a square of 8 by 8 inch. Mark that up. Then I'll just go ahead and connect that up with a straight line. Then I'll cut that up. After cutting it, what I'm going to do is I will just go ahead now to refold it up like this. Look at the way I'm doing it. I'll fold it up. I'll fold it up like this. Then I'm going to refold it again like so. Then I'll be cutting that part up like this. After cutting it up, what I want to do is to go ahead and blend this because I don't want it to be sharp. Just blend it up and cut it. You can choose to go in by ½ inch. Then you cut that up. After cutting it, what I have here, I have 2 pieces. You'll be needing another piece, 2 pieces of that. One for the lining and one for the main piece. I'm going to go ahead now. I'll just cut up my band. For my band, I'll take round my under bust and divide that by 2. Round my under bust is 30. 30 divided by 2 is going to give me 15 inch. I'm going to mark that 15 inch. Adding 1 inch for joining it up together. Altogether is 16 inch. Then I'm going to move down to 4 inch. I'll go ahead now to connect that up. After connecting, go ahead to cut that up. When I'm done cutting, I will still cut another second piece for that. Now, as you can see, I have one piece longer than the other by around 4 inch. That's because I don't have enough piece. Okay, that is going to serve for the back. We'll be adding elastic for the back. Then I'm going to go ahead. I'll be cutting up my straps. Depending on how long you want your straps to be. Just go ahead and cut that up. Then you cut about 1 inch off long. I'll be cutting 2 straps for this. After cutting, as you can see here, I have my 4 pieces. Like I said, 2 are going to go for the lining and 2 are going to go for the main piece. And for the main piece, what I did was to go ahead and add an interfacing to it. The interfacing is stickable and it has a lurid form at the other side. Here are my strap, like I said, depending on how long you want it to be, and you cut about 1 inch. And then for the band, this is the band for the front, which is more shorter. The band for the front is 15 inch, while the band for the back, I cut it around 22 inch because we're going to be adding up elastic. Then I'm going to go ahead and start pinning everything up. I'll just place it up like that, and I'm going to go ahead and pin. After pinning the cup, I'll just take my straps. I'm going to be placing right side facing each other. I'll just go ahead and put pins up like that to hold that up, so when I'm stitching it, it would not kind of move. Then after pinning that up, for the band of the back, we're going to just go ahead and pin this up like we will be stitching ½ inch away. Stitch ½ inch away, ½ inch, ½ inch away. When I'm done stitching, this is what it look like. As you can see, the cup is already out. Okay, you can go ahead and press everything up to lay that flat. I did the same thing to my lining as well. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be turning up the band for the back up like this. I'll just go ahead and turn it to the right side, then I'll take it to my ironing board and press that flat to lay everything flat. I'll also turn up my strap. We'll be using my strap turner and turn that up, and then after turning it, I'll take it to my ironing board and press everything up to lay it flat. After turning my strap, I'll take it to the ironing board and press that up. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to place it up right here at the center and pin right side facing each other. Right side of lining facing my main piece, I'll just go ahead and pin that up like this. Pinning the right side, I'll continue pinning the side as well. I'll do the same thing to the other piece as well. When I'm done doing so, I'll continue doing the same thing to the other cup. Then after that, we'll take it to the machine and we're going to stitch ½ inch away. After stitching that, you can go ahead and press everything up to lay it flat, but you should press everything up to lay it flat. Okay, trim off all the excess, then you're going to flip it to the right side. This is what it's looking like. As you can see, the cup came out very, very beautiful. Go ahead and push everything up, then you press that up to lay it flat. I'll do the same thing to the other cup as well. We're going to move that aside. Okay, we will come now at this part. We're going to just fold this into two like that, then we'll mark up the center. Then I'm going to place it up like this, my cups right sides facing each other, facing the right side of the piece. I will like leave a distance of about ½ inch from the center and pin that up like this. After pinning, I'll take it to the machine. I'm going to stitch ½ inch away. Now I folded ½ inch at the downer part, then I'll just go ahead and cover this up like this, and I'm going to pin that up. After pinning, I'm going to top stitch right on top there to keep it neat. Now for the back, what I'm going to do is just to go ahead and measure up my elastic I'll be using for this. I'm going to be creating up my elastic casing using the elastic size. I'll just go ahead, I measure it up. Mine is 0.25. I'm just going to be marking lines of 0.25. Then later on, we'll go ahead now to create up the elastic casing. If you want, you can use your if you have this elastic thread, just go ahead and use it. That is going to save you more time. After marking up that line, first of all go ahead now to stitch up. That's to top stitch my top, like you can see me doing. When I'm done, I'll go ahead now, grab up my piece like this. I'm going to be stitching all the way on top of those lines I just drawn. This way we'll be able to create up the elastic casing. So when I'm done stitching it up, this is what it looks like. So you can see. As you can see, this is what I have. It's very neat. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and remove up my pins from here and just keep that aside for now. Now, you go ahead now, fold up the side image, fold up ½ inch inward here like this inside. Just go ahead and press that up because we're going to be putting the other piece in between this piece, okay? Now for my elastic, what I did was to go ahead, take around my underbust, which is 30 divided by 2 is going to give me 15. Then I minus 1 inch from there, I'll be left with 14. I cut my elastic at 14 inch. Just go ahead and count all the elastic casing that you have there and cut up your elastic. Then I'm going to be installing it, therefore hooking it up with my hook and then just pass it up. If you don't have this hook, you go ahead and use up your safety pin, okay, just to pass the elastic through those casing that we just create. I'm going to pull it. I get to the other side, and when I get to the other side, I'm going to pin this up to hold it up so it will not go inside. I'm going to do the same thing like this till I get to the end. Make sure when you pass to the other side, you secure it up so it will not move. This is what it looked like. When I was done, I went ahead to stitch that up. Then I just trim off the excess that I do not need, okay, from the side. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to be putting this in between the piece, the front band like this. You just go ahead and put it in between, and you're going to pin that up. When I'm done putting it to the other side, I'm going to repeat the same thing here, but remember to put about ½ inch inside so you'll be able to stitch over it. Then I'm going to go ahead now and stitch up here and stitch that other side, and we'll be done with this tutorial. I hope you find it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share. The pan tutorial is going to be coming up soon. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you on our next DIY. Bye bye.